time slipping. Nature's sounds and the coincidences that affect us are reminders of the secret of the miracle of time slipping that we are doing all the time. All of our moments together are synergistic catapults of energy that are put together, and we are slipping into time, emerging into new dreams of life. And we gather each other along the way. I awoke from a dream to the sounds of chimes. They sounded like church bells ringing in the sound. Yes, yes, you remember. And the dream is a message of life. The dream is a message of life. We are playing. We are gestalts of energy time slipping through dimensions. Now is the pinnacle of love. Cherish the miracles of the peaceful stability. Listen. The sounds are clues of coincidental thought. We are emerging as a happy, peaceful body of love. Each moment is a jump, and the seeming stability is a monumental gain in evolution. In my dream, I was an 8-year-old boy. I was leaving the backyard of my friend's house. It was a sunny day, and heading back towards a large rocky area. And he saw that I was leaving. He sort of mentally recognized I was going to time slip, and he joined me. He moved over to where I was, and we slipped together through time into the next dream dimension. I asked him how long he had been in that other time place, and he said he couldn't remember. It had been years, and he had forgotten to some extent about the time slipping. He had gotten so caught up in his life, his dream time playing. I think that's what's going on now. We get all caught up in it and we forget. Now is the cumulative dream time moment of all of us. We have lived long and done well to reach this time of togetherness right now. We can move together with grace, joy, and love for all. As the boy and I moved on in the dream, we ended up in an empty house. It was a house that I had grown up in, or rather, I was growing up as I was raising my son, Graham, and this other boy and I, in the house, we sensed this invisible force. It was a good force, and it also recognized that we were there. It startled us, and we ran out of the house, and that propelled us to time slip into another dream and ended up in another house over 100 years in the past in a different continent. We ended up in England in the 1850s in a Victorian house. I just finished time slipping again with a second jump, and I knew what was going on. I was aware. So I called a friend of mine and told him what was going on. Told him that we were traveling through time as I was speaking to him. And then, right at that point in the dream, a couple appeared, and it was my parents, I believe. And at that point I realized that my friend that had joined me and was time slipping with me, I think was my brother, we moved into another room and purposefully time slipped again into another dream. And at this point we went forward into the future. We were at the same place. The structure had changed, and I asked him, well, what happened to that other person? And he said, well, that he didn't make it, but right at that point, though, he did appear. Out of the closet came a young boy that transformed into a handsome young man then. And so there was 3 of us then that were time slipping together. In the process of gathering together, it started gaining momentum. And I remembered what was going on and how it was done. So quickly, I time slipped back and forth to these 3 places. And just then, as I was realizing the secret, I began waking up to the sound of the chimes. Those chimes that are ringing me into this time period, carrying the message, the miracle of time slipping into this world for all of us to hear and to cherish. I know now everything, all events, all sounds are coincidental reminders of this process. And there are layers upon layers of symbolic references embedded in all of these events. And they refer to past events that we've experienced and also to probable future events. And they're there to help us wake up to what's going on, to this continual, beautiful, joyous miracle of purposeful time slipping we call life.